We do not want one of those. Unfucking real, man. What the fuck? Hey, what's going on, Rumblers? It's the Tan Man.
Hello, Tan Man.
And we were able to get a full golden deck with Rend. Yes, we beat the level 22 dungeon run with a deck. I believe at the time it was an average item level of 19.6. So I am fully confident this mini mix is going to do wonders for you, and let's get into it. Of course, we have the big man himself, Rend Blackhand, with the scale and steel talent, probably the best talent out there. We have the Dark Iron Miner with the Dark Iron armaments. You're going to be using this mini to snipe gold nodes and chests. In fact, if you look at the mini lineup, this is one of the only ways you can get chests, but it's not going to be a problem. We got the Harpies, of course, highest DPS in the game. We have the Talon Dive talent, but of course you can use Poison Talons. Again, we have my MVP, the Safe Pilot with the Gnomish Cloaking device. Just as important as the Safe Pilot, we have our Whelp Eggs with Flame Burst. We got the Earth Elemental with Obsidian Shard. This is a very crucial piece. We need a way to be able to turn bosses around. If you don't have an Earth Elemental, you can use a Quillbore, but I went with the Earth Elemental just for the extra health. And finally, we're rounding out the mix with a spell that you probably haven't been using much. It's Living Bomb with the Chain Reaction talent. This spell is going to come in clutch in Stage 2, and we're not actually using it in other stages but Stage 2, and you'll see why. In regards to relics, there was only one relic that actually helped me out a bit. The other two relics didn't really do much, and you'll see that in the video. But again, we were going into this dungeon with more than a 2-level handicap, so I'm sure that this mini mix and the strategies that I'm going to show you will help you guys out. Well, good luck on your Deadmines runs, and I'll see you in the endgame. Alright guys, we got a Blackrock week, Deadmines, and I mentioned earlier that there was one relic that helped me out in particular, and that was this, the Shadowforge City Commendation. It spawns 2 Whelp Eggs whenever you summon a Blackrock mini. In this particular stage, it really helped defend my base against what you'll see is a pesky Tauren. You saw him spawn right there at the top of the map there. He'll come down the middle channel on that pipe and attack the left side of your base. He does this periodically throughout the fight, so the Whelp Eggs did a really good job defending against his attacks. So Whelp Eggs and Safe Pilot come in clutch. This pack on the right, this stealth pack on the right, is killed by either one of those options. And it's always great. As you saw there, we waited for the Mountaineer and Spiderlings to stack on top of them. Amazing value with either of those options. Right here, we use our Earth Elemental to pull him up. Now, he is kind of close to the stealth pack on the left, and unfortunately, we pulled a Tauren, but we're able to get some damage on the boss. As you see here, my Whelplings did a good job defending against the Tauren. Now, again, he will spawn periodically, so the fact that we're summoning all these Blackrock units will help replenish the eggs at our base. And so my general tactic for the Deadmines, stage 1 anyway, is to secure this middle channel. This middle channel has 2 gold nodes. It's very important that we don't allow their Cobalt to get this gold. Otherwise, the momentum just swings wildly in their favor. We're not too concerned about the waystones on the left and right now. You might get unlucky with your run where they constantly spawn to the left and right of the map. In this particular run I did, I was somewhat fortunate. Now, as you saw, they're spawning on the left, but we see an opportunity to destroy the Mountaineer and a whole bunch of stealth units. Now, this is where the Dark Iron Dwarf comes into play. If a gold node has 2 pieces of gold on it, I will snipe it with the Dark Iron Dwarf, and that's what we did on the left side there. Right? It's a wash because the Dark Iron Dwarf costs 2 gold, and he mines 2 gold, but we're doing this specifically to deny their side. To deny their gold is very important because, right, like the mini mix that they spawn is fairly aggressive. We see 2 headhunters here. We see great value. We're going to use one Safe Pilot, and it should be able to take care of these 2 headhunters, no problem. And Earth Elemental comes in clutch. Very important on this boss because this boss has a Wicked Frontal, which knocks all your melee units back, but we're able to take it piece of cake. The second relic and the following relic aren't that amazing. I ended up picking the one that spawns 2 whelps with my leader. As you'll see, it doesn't really make a big difference, so feel free to pick the one relic that suits you best. Now this is the stage where Living Bomb comes in really great. Start of the stage, we try to snipe the mine on the left with the Dark Iron. If we had a Kobold, normal Kobold, we'll send them over to the right. But here we go. We have Living Bomb in the queue. We know that gold's coming in. We drop in the Whelp Eggs on top. It whittles out a lot of these forces, and we Living Bomb. Great value. We destroy a lot of his minis and put some good damage on the tower. Now, one thing about Living Bomb, don't cast it too early. So the AI on my runs spawned a Huntress on the left tower every single opening. So what I did right there was wait for the Huntress to spawn before I cast a Living Bomb. You can cast Living Bomb on the right side as well, but I always save it for the left. The right side is a little bit weaker, I suppose you could say. Safe Pilot and Whelp Eggs do a great job and absolutely destroy that pack. Headhunter comes down the middle. Now, I wait on my Rend, of course, because sending a Rend into a Headhunter is basically an instant dismounted Rend. So we wait for that. See those Whelp Eggs? The Whelps that spawn with Rend really don't play a big part because they just get instantly vaporized by Chain Lightning. But we're doing a good job here. We've secured 2 towers. We're securing the middle one right now. Earth Elemental is amazing. Right, as your units are coming up on the tower, just Earth Elemental, amazing value here, right here. Living Bomb absolutely destroyed that entire pack. Living Bomb really thins out those packs weak enough, right, so that your towers can just pick them off. Remember, we're going up 2 levels higher, so we need every little ounce of value that we can get. We secure the tower on the right side there. You saw the Harpy and Earth Elemental combo, amazing. Again, you can use a Quillbore as a substitute. So we're putting good damage on the boss. We're securing nodes. We're using our Dark Iron Dwarf. Now, the screen drifted. As you see, the Living Bomb only affected half of those guys. But because of the talent that I have with Living Bomb, it actually cast Living Bomb again. So those wolves actually took it twice. Here we go. Headhunter obviously dismounts Rend right away. But we're able to push up, right? We make the boss, you know, we try to have him turn to us anyways. Earth Elemental is doing a great job just taking dam. Tanking for us, and we take this. We take this boss. We take this boss down. Right? You see me, I'm so happy because, you know, this one was kind of tricky. The left and right sides, you know, like as long as you have a Living Bomb handy for the left side, you should be okay. For the last relic, I think we go with the Frost Inscription. All 3 of these relics were kind of crappy now, but the Frost Tower effect can play a pretty good part in defending your base, especially if you have a bunch of Molten Giants charging at your base. You'll see that in the next clip. Right away, Dark Iron Dwarf. Now, unfortunately, he summons a Tauren right away too. Right, Dark Iron Dwarf is one of our only ways to get chests, so remember to use them effectively. Now, I like to open up the stage, right? Taking the left tower first, securing that chest. You use the Earth Elemental. Alright, he's gonna come in clutch like later to finish off the fight, you'll see. But okay, so the mechanic behind this level are these sort of like cloning pads. So once they're active, right, you'll see sort of like a blue light coming out of them. A unit that's like standing on them will disappear and clone itself and come down the middle lane. Now, I tried to take it with my Dark Iron Dwarf. I thought, like in my head, that since it was there first, it would get cloned. It had priority. But as you can see, his Molten Giants took priority. And this is really bad. Like if you don't have a lot of air elemental damage to take these down like quickly, they just come straight to your base. They'll take out that left tower, no problem. And fortunately, we're able to push through it and defend. Right, we have lots of air, which is, you know, a really great advantage with Rend decks. Right, always try to get Rend out as often as you can. You want cheap whelp eggs, you want cheap harpies. Here, yeah, as you see, the pads are activating and it clones a headhunter. And it's not too bad because of all the air and because of like how air works over like bridges and such. Headhunters can't attack through the bridge from the bottom, and our little whelplings are free to just bombard whoever comes out of the cloning chamber. We see another Molten Giant. We know for a fact we do not want this cloned, so we try to stave off this this Molten Giant, stall him as much as we can. We take out the Ogre Mage, right? Molten Giant's coming up. I put down Dark Iron Dwarf. We try to kill this guy super fast, and we take him down just before that pad is able to clone something. The AI loves spamming the safe pilot on top of your base. But because the whelp eggs are there, they just instantly nuke them. And then, well, you end up getting a whole bunch of whelp eggs for a counter push, which is kind of nice. Right? So left tower and then eventually the right tower. The bottom pad is the one you want to be taking a look at, right? The Molten Giants that come out of their side always come down the middle, I find, right? So you're monitoring that right side. You really can't do anything to control what's going up the right teleporter, the right tower. It's not too crazy important to watch that because Molten Giants don't come there, but definitely watch the middle. Right, I believe the pad spawns a bunch of whelps, which is fine. Here comes a Molten Giant, but we know that it was recently activated, or sorry, deactivated, so we're good. And here we go. Earth Elemental behind the boss, turns him around, and our harpies just go to work. You really need a way to turn Sneed around because he will just absolutely decimate your forces. And oh my god, this was a great night. I was at it for a while, guys, but we were able to get it down. You know, the right mini mix, you know, at least one good relic really goes a long way. Good luck on your runs, guys. We'll see you in the endgame.
Subscribe.